What up, world? And chào em bé, chào người robo, and chào thằng macaque. This is your soon-to-be favorite Vietnamese guy, Ham I, of alwayswalmach.com. Stop by the site and show some love by snagging a few teas if you like. But if not, go down, baby, on my street in a Range Rover, turn the volume up, and listen as I interview cool Vit and non-Vit people just like you and me. My guest today is an Orange County, California, born and raised registered dietitian who questioned her self-worth, overcame body shaming, and made her life a shining example of what a healthy lifestyle should be through diet, exercise, and self-love. Listen as we chatted up about the importance of nutrition, the adventures of running, the powers of journaling, clearing past emotional family trauma, and plenty of random funness in between. Everybody welcome and get to know my new friend, the highly motivating and forever fit, Miss Christine Pham, R.D. Hey, morning.
How are you?
It's morning over there, right?
Yeah, it's morning.
Cool. Is it
What are you watching back there?
Oh, I needed to fill up that space. It was looking blank back there, so I put on some 90s alternative music videos.
Are you a 90s baby?
I'm an 80s baby, actually. I'm an old man.
Oh, okay. What year were you born?
81.
I'm 84.
Oh, you're 84?
So,
I'm jealous.
Yeah. Jealous?
Yeah. You got a couple more years under me, so like I want to trade. I want to trade the.
That's what I see in all the 90s. Sometimes I see people like 90 something and they're like in their 30s, and I'm just like, that's so it blows my mind, right?
Yeah, it blows my mind whenever I see somebody born in like 2001 or something. I'm like, wow,
yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, my nieces, like I think they're born in like 2000 something, and they're like turning 21, and I was like, holy crap,
yeah, that's weird, right? My nephew his birthday was this past weekend, and he just turned 18. He was born in 2007, and it really dates me like a lot.
Wait, what?
It just dates me. I feel so like I feel like all irrelevant.
Dude, it's like I remember being young and like thinking of being 40 something was so old.
I know, and now I'm that person now. It's like sucks.
Yeah. I wonder if the kids look at us or they're like,
oh yeah, old. I'm sure. I get tripped
yeah.
out whenever I go somewhere and I try, the Vietnamese pronouns. You gotta state like what you are. So like, do I say Kong? But I can't say Kong because like I'm too fucking old now. Like I can't say am, can I? Because am is too babyish. So
there's a thing. So like I know that if they're older than my mom, I call them back. If they're younger than my mom, that I call them go. And then if they're like younger than me, then I'll refer to myself as Jake.
Yeah, but like you can't you gotta guess their age though. You don't exactly know their age, so it could be somebody that's younger than your mom, but they actually look older. So then you call them back, and then they get offended because you're kind of playing a guessing game how old you think they are.
I learned from like doing nails. You call everybody Jake.
Oh yeah. Because
they don't want to be old. Oh, Jake, even though they're like hella old, I just call them Jake. So
I gotta call you Am though, since you're a baby. You're the baby in this group.
I guess so.
Yeah,
I guess that's a little weird.
Am.
The thing that trips me out is sometimes you like in the professional setting you have to call yourself like boy.
Oh yeah.
That one is a weird one.
That is weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are you calling from in California? You're in OC?
Orange County. Yeah, OC.
So you're like around like Tustin or like Anaheim?
No, I'm Westminster. I'm in the heart of it.
Oh,
like
cool. You're right in all the Vietnamese stuff then.
Yeah, everyone's like, oh, you're right next to all the good food, and the thing is, like, I don't really eat that stuff anymore. Not because I don't like it; it's because I just grew up on it. So yeah. So I got bored of it. So everyone keeps going out to like pho and all this stuff. I'm like, I don't eat that stuff anymore. Not as much. I mean, I'll eat it every now and then. Of course, like intersecting with like my health stuff.
Yeah.
I don't eat that stuff anymore that much. But I'll make it at home. So I'll make like a healthy version of pho or like maca or whatever.
You were born and raised in California?
Yeah, but like when I grew up, my family really forced me to like speak Vietnamese, and I like hated it back then. I remember like dyeing my hair, wanting like contacts, and trying to like not be Asian. I don't know if you.
I think all Asian Americans kind of grew up with that, like in some way or form, because like you kind of feel like you're not fitting in, so you try to fit in. Yeah. But as I grew up though, it's like we're all American, like it's
we're born in like kind of a different thing because like our parents are super Vietnamese, but we're born in America, and like I was wondering like how come the beauty standards are so different? Because you hear one thing from your parents, but when you watch TV, what is like advertised as beautiful is like not your face.
No, it's not. Yeah,
it's not your face. So there's this like kind of disconnect and trying to find out what that really like.
That's the weird thing though, because like when you're an American, all of a sudden you just think you're blonde hair, blue eyes, and white. But when you're American, you're anything. You're Asian, you're Black, you're Hispanic. But like there's always a weird standard.
So America's only 200 years old. That's like around there, right? So that's so young compared to the rest of the world.
Yeah.
And that's so crazy to think about. Like true people here was like in California, it's like Mexicans, right? Because it used to be Mexico. Mm-hmm. And then in the middle is like Native Americans. So like, what are true Americans? It's all of us.
Yeah. So let's start off by talking about key issues. And how about what's your thoughts on race relations, religion, sexual orientation, today's politics, and abortion?
Oh my god!
I'm just kidding. We're not talking about any of that stuff. We're gonna keep it light. I like to keep it fun. I like to keep it light. So yeah, we're not gonna go over any of that stuff at all. So first, we're gonna talk about your profession. You're a nutrition, right? You're a dietarian.
Dietitian.
Dietitian.
Yeah. There's a difference between a nutritionist and a dietitian.
Really? What is that?
So dietitians, you have to get licensed. You go through schooling and like you have to get hours, kind of like residency when you're like a doctor. So you have to take on rotations, and then you pick like your specialty. So it's not as intense, but it's the same thing where you have to get hands-on practice. And so being a nutritionist, you can just like read a book and call yourself a nutritionist. There's no licensing with that. It doesn't mean that some nutritionists aren't like smart or good at it, but there's like schooling involved.
Can you get like certificates and stuff to like back it up?
To be a nutritionist?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like you have to look at like the school you're getting it from. Is it like an online course, or how like personal trainers can just like get a certificate kind of thing?
Yeah.
Something like that. Where it's just like it doesn't really mean that you can actually practically apply it, and just because you say your state information doesn't mean like I don't know. It's just based on your professional opinion. So it's not like they can't be true. It's just not everyone is true. I guess.
Yeah. So how did you get into this field? Like, what made you want to be in it?
So it started off when I was young. There were kids that called me Thunder Thighs.
Yeah.
So,
okay. That could be a good thing, actually.
I hear that now. I always hear like big thighs, big lines, or whatever.
It's all about the cake clapping. So like that could be a good thing,
That's what I hear. Yeah. But kind of that comment just stuck with me. And then when my mom, she told me that I had big thighs, it just like really pierced a vulnerable part of me. And I always wonder why like that one sentence kind of changed my trajectory. When I've been called plenty of other things,
Yeah.
Like, or you're not smart, or why did you get C's? But like just that one comment, it really got into me. And I realized that it's not always the loudest moments in our lives, but the ones that just like pierce us through when we're like really soft.
Yeah, when we're young and we just take things so seriously and to heart more. And I'm not surprised that it came from your mom too, because like Asian moms they're just upfront like that all the time. Like, yeah.
Yeah, it's like it wasn't like she was meaning to hurt my feelings or anything, and like she was just kind of telling me, because she always says like, I just want what's best for you, So what's best for you is like when you look your best. Yeah. So she said that, and I don't think even to now there's no way I could ever tell her that comment changed my life. But weight became like a obsession almost, where I was like, well, if she thinks it's big, then maybe I can try to make it smaller.
How old were you when you got that comment?
I was around 10.
Yeah.
So
okay.
And it's funny because before that I didn't have any concept of body image. Like nothing anyone ever said really bothered me like that.
Yeah.
And it stuck. So now it makes me very, very careful about words that I say to other people, because I know that, that saying sticks and stones can break my bones, but words can never hurt me.
Yeah.
That's not true.
No, it's
not true.
It shapes people, for sure. Words shape people.
Yeah. Words can very much shape your identity.
Yeah. So ever since then, you're just like, I wanna do something with the diet. I wanna do eating habits that are different, or like. Was it like a journey?
Just kind of more as like punishment of just like, I can make myself smaller. I can definitely do this. And there's just like trying to do different things that didn't work in just harmful ways. Because when you're young, you just don't have the brain power or like the realizations and even now, a lot of adults I find can't really apply concepts, like, 'cause there's so much nutrition information out there.
Yeah.
So since then, I started trying like every year and like doing different things, and got heavily into like, I guess, body dysmorphia of just wanting to be thinner and like trying to shrink myself. And I started working out at the gym just because, it's a natural thing to do. It's like, hey, I want to lose weight, let's go work out. But from the gym, it actually showed me that I didn't know much. I didn't know anything about it. And they say that being in the gym is like 1 hour, but diet is 24/7. Right?
Yeah.
Have you heard that before?
That's what I heard.
So when I heard that was like, crap, I can work out as much as I want, but the diet is the most important part. So I kind of veered towards nutrition. And, on the weekends and like on my free time, all I would do was just look up stuff because things like just didn't make sense. There's so many articles and stuff out there and like just didn't make sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
So I just went to school. I was like, that's the next natural thing, is like to go to school about it and learn. The thing that is interesting about school is like they teach you about vitamins, they teach you about community. They don't teach you like practical applications.
Yeah.
But then the thing I really, really, really appreciate about school is they taught me about like different income levels, and nutrition at different income levels mean very different things.
Really?
So like think about it. If you're coming here, you have no money, immigrant, fast food is 99 cents, right? A hamburger. How do you make nutrition accessible and healthy living accessible for people at that level?
So how did you transition to like your food journey, like what you ate and how to eat, and like meal prepping, and like what foods are healthy, what foods are bad, and what to stay away? How did you build that habit to like, eat better?
Honestly, like I've gone through like a couple of different diets, like working out, and just like after every little thing, I like took away a couple concepts that I really liked about it. And when I had kids, it changed everything. It turned whatever I had that was my passion into a purpose, because I wanted to model good eating behaviors. Yeah. So after having kids, like everything just like snap into place. Was just like, I need to make this make sense and make it sustainable, because there needs to be, like healthy living. It's not just about following one diet forever. How do I become adaptable? And the more I thought about it and mindset I put into like what made sense, it just clicked. I guess.
Was it like, hey, today I'm gonna stop drinking the sodas and I'm gonna stick with that, and then from there you moved on to the next thing where, hey, today I'm gonna stop eating fast food, and then you kind of elevated like month by month, year by year, and just got better and better at it? Or?
Yeah, so I've been doing this for over 20 years. It wasn't just like overnight. It was just showing up at the gym every day. And like even sometimes when I failed with my diets, keep on going when knowing that like this is the right thing. When you do the right thing, you kind of know. For me, like I know in my heart, I'm like, this feels right. When you do something that's like, hey, that wasn't right, you kind of have like an instinct for it.
Yeah.
You become better at it too.
It's kind of like me whenever I have a beer. I'll have a beer and I'm like, oh shit, like I don't feel good now. Like that wasn't right.
Yeah. So with like that type of stuff, when you don't feel good, there's like mindset. They say that nutrition is a science, but like eating is a behavior, right? Yeah. So like there is this nutrition part of it where like you know what to do, but if it was so easy, we'd all be healthy. Yeah. And that's like not true. So you have to understand how to apply the behavioral concepts to it, if that makes sense.
So how do you apply that? Is it just all mindset? Is it building that habit? And if so, like how do you build those habits?
So let's specifically talk about like the beer. Okay. So what I would do is that something you don't like? I would think about what situation I'm in. Are you drinking alone? Are you drinking with friends? Like those are type of questions I ask. Are they like good friends, And I would imagine, how would I say no and what alternatives there are. So it's just kind of preparing yourself, because when you're in the moment, you're like, well, what do I do? I guess I'll just have the beer. But if you kind of prepare like 3 or 4 different scenarios, say out loud, like, hey guys, I think I'm not going to drink tonight, or like, hey, I already had, something earlier. I'm okay. So kind of just preparing yourself for those situations, and when you're really there, it's a little easier to say it out loud. And maybe it won't be perfect like right away, but maybe over a couple months, 5 months, you'll finally be able to say no.
That's interesting. Just like assessing your whole entire environment, every single like detail, and then coming up with something from there. But yeah, that sounds really tough too, though. Because you're fighting with yourself, you're fighting with your peers, and like you try to make that judgment. But yeah, that's really interesting.
Yeah, there's a lot of little things, but like you have to try a couple of different things. Like I always attack one problem in multiple ways, so that you can get success, right?
Yeah.
I also like journal sometimes about like how I want things to be, and when you journal and you see things out on paper, it helps. Also, surrounding yourself with the right environment helps. Like if you have bad drinking friends, like maybe it's time to not hang around them when they drink if they're good people. That's what, because people used to think that or I used to think that you had to take a friend entirely.
Yeah.
You know, like, hey, I'm going to be a good friend, so I need to be around them 24/7. But you can pick different parts of people that are enjoyable to be around. Like if this friend is very good at, something, you can be their friend during this time. But if they're just drinkers at night, maybe not hang out with them at night. And that doesn't make you less of a friend. Right?
Yeah, setting your boundaries a little differently with different people. Yeah,
exactly. Boundaries.
That's a weird, crazy thing with Asian people too. Though, like boundaries in Asian people, it's like it's always overstepping, or how many steps to take back, or that's a whole different issue when it comes.
Yeah, they just say whatever the hell they want.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you just wake up and do you work for a practice, or you just solo
So I currently work for a company that does medically tailored meals. So they serve the underprivileged population. So I just take telehealth calls. I do that, and I also I have a private practice as well. I take a couple clients on the side because my passion is sports nutrition, but that's for me. And then I don't always help. I give that information for free, usually on my Instagram, because I think all nutrition should be accessible. I'm not trying to gatekeep anything. I want to be the dietitian that I wish I had when I was young. That's my main thing. Is I want to plant seeds. All those years of just going through whatever I went through, I realized I wasn't broken. I just didn't have the right tools.
Yeah.
So that is what I want to supply people with, is the right tools to navigate.
Whenever you do have a client and they come up to you they're like, hey Christine, I need your help really bad. I need to change my habits, my eating. What do I do? Where do you start off from? What do you tell them? Do you start a plan right away, or you just kind of tell them how to assess life better or their situations better? Give me the quick rundown.
Usually people come with a specific issue. They'll have prediabetes, or they'll have GI issues. They'll have excessive diarrhea, so you kind of pinpoint what their nutritional need is at first. And you have to assess their lifestyle, because you can give the best advice, but it has to fit into what works for them. So I listen. I do a lot of asking questions about what's going on with their lives, their meal patterns, what their previous history with it is, because you have to know what their mindset is.
Yeah.
And then you have to find a way that they can make small changes that make sense in their life. So I had a client that she was pre-diabetic, right? She's this Vietnamese lady, and they're so stubborn. It was really tough to work with her. She's oh, I love coffee, and oh, I had a pastry for lunch, because it's just a pastry. Who cares? Yeah. So we walk through changing her habits, having a breakfast. And, I tell them usually no naked carbs. If blood sugar issues is your problem, no naked carbs. Don't eat carbs by themselves. That's a very basic thing to do. So it's slowly doing things one by one. Mm-hmm. And then we added in walking after you eat. And then now he added in having food before you have coffee. Little things like this can make a big difference. And I don't know, do you know what HbA1c is?
I have no idea what it is.
Yeah, it's when you're diabetic. It's a measurement of diabetes. It's a usually percent. So her HbA1c went down in 3 months.
Oh, wow.
So after that, we began to build trust. She began to see that what I said is making an impact.
And in the beginning, is there pushback? Is there man, you sound crazy. There's no way that it's because I'm eating a croissant in the morning, or
yeah, there was some pushback. I was just just trust in the process. I tell a lot of people, just whatever you do, give it 6 weeks, and whenever you look back at it, see if that made sense for your life.
Is it all about trying to cut something out, or is it all about portioning things in smaller sizes and smaller doses?
It depends on what your problem is. So if you have a problem with restriction, I would definitely say I navigate that by what can you add into your diet to make your meals more nutritious? Because if you're constantly cutting stuff out, then that's not a healthy mentality, right? But if your issue is huge portions, okay, what are your portions? What time are you eating it at? And what type of foods are you eating? So there's lots of little questions you have to ask, and then we figure out what the solution is, because we have to learn how to apply science to life and make it accessible.
Is there usually a time frame or a timeline that you deal with, or it just kind of gradually happens and it's beginning to end result can happen in any timeline? Or do you have do you have I don't know, I guess due dates where it's hey, we're gonna get you to this point in this specific timeline?
Well, at least for people that are diabetic, your HbA1c, it's a 3-month measurement. That makes sense. But then if someone's on like a general weight loss plan, I mean, that can take really fast or really long depending on their history. Because if you have been like a constant like dieter, that messes up your hormones a lot.
Gotcha.
So we got to see where you're coming from. But typically, if you're like generally healthy and like nothing's going on with you, like the first week when you clean up your diet, you're gonna lose like 5 to 10 pounds. It's like the water weight. But over that takes like a little longer, I guess. I guess results would at least show up in like 2 months, 2 to 3 months. That's what I'm saying.
What you're saying is enlightening right now because the angels are looking down at you. The sunlight's beaming on your face right now. So that's good. Yeah, that's good. That's good aura right now.
Oh man, I'll close it. You see, is that better? I don't know. Yeah, there.
What's the hardest thing that a patient has to overcome whenever they go through this stuff? Like, besides a little bit of the pushback, like, is there something that they break and they just say they can't do it? Is this all on their own will, where they have to just commit to it?
So usually with that, when people are like, oh, I don't have the funds, eating healthy is so expensive. But that's where like the community part is really, really interesting and fun. It's like you don't have to have a lot of money to eat well. You need to start with where you're at. And if you can afford just like 99-cent store, Dollar Tree stuff, we'll work from there.
Cool.
Get canned fruits and vegetables. Get frozen, things that like can stretch your dollar. Get rice, get beans, like instead of cooked, get dried. So we work from wherever they're at.
Okay, so then do you tell them like which grocery stores to go to, like what to buy?
Yeah, I'm very specific when it comes to setting goals.
That's nice.
They're called like have you heard of like SMART goals? Like they're called SMART goals. So
I'm more of a dumb goals guy, so like never heard of SMART goals.
Well, I don't know exactly what they stand for. Oops, but like they're just kind of like measurable and achievable goals instead of just, for example, saying like, hey, I need to lose weight. Like, hey, I'm gonna lose 10 pounds by 2 weeks, and these are the steps I'm gonna do. Like, I'm gonna walk, 10,000 steps a day, 5,000 at 12 o'clock. Like, you break down everything so that they're like measurable goals.
Yeah.
Rather than it just being generalization. So I'm very specific. So I'm like, hey, what grocery stores are around you? How are you gonna get there? So we talk things out of just like, so they have an idea of what to do.
Very cool. Yeah, it makes it easier for them just to have a step-by-step guide pretty much, right?
Yeah. So they'll be like, oh, I'm by Aldi, I'm by grocery outlet. Like I talk to a lot of people in California and I have little tips and tricks for them too. Like, hey, when you go to the grocery store early, they'll discount meats. So when you get those, buy those a lot and then freeze it. It's totally fine. So
I'm a very big fan of grocery outlet. I used to live in California and I would go there all the time. But they got some good stuff there. Yeah.
They got some good stuff.
They have like that commercial sticks in my mind too, where it's like a grocery outlet, bargain market. Yeah.
That's my kids. My kids are always singing. I'm like, go to grocery outlet, bargain market.
Cool. What is the story, like your favorite story of like a transformation patient that you had?
One of my clients, she came in because she had like fatty liver. She starts talking. She's like, oh yeah, I've had diarrhea for 10 years. And I'm like, what?
Wow, 10 years.
10 years. She's like, so it's like shocking where she came in for fatty liver, but it's like, no, we have to address this diarrhea, because it's bad when you are not absorbing nutrients and you're going like, 5-6 times a day, it's watery, you're not absorbing. And figure out exactly what was causing the diarrhea because we don't want to restrict. Our whole goal when we work with a dietitian is how do we expand our diet so that it works with us, right? Because we want all the micronutrients from food. So it turns out that she's a vegetarian and she was eating a lot of salads, and raw salads made her go to the bathroom.
Really?
Yeah. So that's like why working with a dietitian is kind of special because like they kind of know these little things when like I can hear your diet and you can tell me your problems and I'm like, okay, this, and it's figuring out exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just about like whatever diet you're on, you need to kind of go back to the science and see what is good for your body. Doesn't mean like it's completely bad for you.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Is there like a number one thing that like your clients come in for? Like, is it because like, hey, I want to lose weight or I'm just not feeling, is there like some type of...
For the most part, people like want to lose weight, but they just say it in so many different ways. Like deep down, I think a lot of people do want to like lose weight.
They just want to lose weight. That's like pretty much the bottom line.
Yeah, I mean, that is,
That's cool though, because if they're making that effort to search for you and go to you and look for help, so, I mean, that must mean that they really, really want want to lose that weight.
Yeah, exactly. So that's like a thing like in school, which is funny because you like kind of have to assess people's like motivation level. But I think when someone's already looking for a dietitian, they've already tried it themselves a lot of times and it's not working. Gotcha. So yeah.
And you're not just about diet, right? You're like overall healthy lifestyle. You like do other stuff too, like.
I do lots of other stuff because it's I feel like it's important to be congruent. You know, where your mind and your body and like what you say matches. So I'm really into athletics. Like I'm an endurance runner. I like to lift weights. Nice. And everything translates into my life, like how I raise my kids too. Yeah. It's like leading by example and trying not to be, what you don't want to be.
Yeah,
and that's
cool. You don't want to be a negative influence for sure.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, like, what other healthy lifestyle things do you do? Like, I know you said you do running and you do weightlifting and stuff, going to the gym. But what about, like, do you do, like, supplements? Like,
Yeah, I'm really into skincare. So I make bone broth. I've been making bone broth for maybe 4 years.
Nice.
And then I do red light therapy maybe like 2-3 times a week. I have a skincare routine. I do dry brushing. I do meditation. I've been actually journaling since I was 7.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, my first journal was like this like Lion King journal. I remember just like going out into my porch and like writing in it, and like I've just been writing ever since.
It's good to get your thoughts out. You know, you're not holding it in. You're not holding it in like it's it's good.
It's really like reflective.
Yeah, it's definitely therapeutic. What about how's the red light therapy thing working? Is it pretty good? Does it make you feel better or?
I feel like it's a combination of everything. It's not like one thing you do. And that's the one thing I realized about like health and overall wellness. It's not like one thing you do that's like a magic bullet, but it's your overall lifestyle. So I do a lot of skincare stuff. So you have to like work it from inside, which is like hydrating properly, and giving it the proper building blocks, right? Which is collagen, vitamin C, and like zinc. Those help collagen synthesis.
Yeah.
And red light therapy, which helps the collagen stimulate and formation. And I also do like lymphatic facial kind of like on myself.
Okay.
Yeah, because like so facial structure, there's bone, there's muscle, but there's also skin, right? So you have to worry about like thinning of the skin, but also like your muscle structure too.
Yeah.
And they're kind of just like tuning, right? No one really thinks about that type of stuff.
So when you do all this stuff, is it like routine? Is it like Monday I'm gonna do this? Monday I'm gonna run. I'm gonna do red light therapy. Tuesday I'm gonna do bone broth. And is it like do you have a set or is it like just every day?
I have a set routine that I do. So bone broth I do daily. I also do like a lot of digestive health. So I do a lot of like probiotics. I do kefir and I do like kimchi or sauerkraut every day.
Love kimchi.
Yeah. So it's just, I just add it into everything.
Cool.
So
Me too.
I do that. Yeah, good, perfect. So you're already on the right track.
Have you ever had a kimchi peanut butter jelly sandwich?
No.
Dude, very good. Try it. Delicious. Okay. Yeah, it's.
I usually do kimchi quesadillas.
I did that too. Yeah. Okay. I love kimchi. Yeah, so I heard kimchi is really good for your gut too, and like your gut is like basically it's like another brain in your body. That's what I hear. So
like your digestive system is very sensitive. Like there's lots of things going on in there. So you need those good probiotics in there to help whatever food you're eating like digest, because they work. It's like a symbiotic relationship.
Yeah.
So they work together. So it's really important to get it in every day to have good probiotics, and then prebiotics. Have you heard the term before too?
I heard prebiotics, but
it's basically just like foods that are like fiber in it, so to feed. That's what probiotics eat.
Oh, okay.
So you like want to feed it the right food. So it's basically saying don't eat junk food because probiotics don't eat that food.
So what's some good prebiotic food?
Off the top of my head, it's like onions. I don't know why I just think onions. It's like onions.
Onions is good. Yeah. Maybe like a blooming onion from the Outback Steakhouse.
Oh gosh, I haven't had that in so long.
That's good. Cool. Do you do like cold showers?
Yeah. So right now, I have a sauna behind me. You can see.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I use a sauna, and then I do contrast therapy. So
what's that?
Contrast therapy is when there's like heat and cold. So you do like 15-20 minutes in the sauna, and then you do 2-3 minutes in the. I do it in a cold shower. People do cold plunges. Yeah. But the contrast, it's like so when you're in the sauna, it like vasodilates, right? And then contrast there when you're in the cold, it like restricts. So basically, that helps blood flow.
How long do you do that for? You said 15 minutes cold, 15 minutes hot.
15 minutes hot, and then you do 2-3 minutes cold. So it's kind of like a session. Usually, I do it on like my speed workouts or like my long run days, where like a couple hours afterwards. specifically just so that all the adaptations I get after running, they take place, and then I'll do the contrast therapy.
Do you ever do the cold plunges with ice?
I have only in like Korean spas. So like, have you ever been to a Korean spa?
I have been to. There's like a lot. There's a lot out here in Dallas.
It's fun.
Yeah, it's cool. It's really cool.
Yeah.
They have those. They have one over here called the Spa King, and or Spa Castle, where they have like hot rooms and cold rooms. They have cold rooms.
Exactly.
But
it's
really
I'll go back and forth, and it feels really good. It's just like you're just naked with a bunch of women.
Yeah. Same here too. But I hate getting out of the cold plunge when I'm naked because everything's like it shrivels up. So it's not a good look.
I was just like no eye contact.
Same thing whenever I do a long distance run. I used to run a lot too. And whenever I run, that's not a good look either. Whenever I take off my clothes and take a shower. One time I finished up a run and then I was just like looking around. There's like one dude, he was wearing like a white tech shirt, and then but like he had like bloody nipples because he had nipple chafe. I was like, ouch, that's definitely not a good look.
Dude, a nipple chafing, and then my nails have fallen off, and like
you get the black toenails.
Yeah, the black toenails. It's kind of gnarly. All these little things where it's just like I didn't know there was a whole like world of issues.
What's the longest run you've done?
I didn't run that long. Maybe like 14 miles. I don't.
Oh wow, that's long, dude. That's long. That's over half a marathon.
Yeah, I can't do a full. I just don't have time to like commit to it right now. Just like I go out sometimes for a 3-hour run. I just can't imagine going out for more regularly. Just having kids,
Yeah, so, I gotcha. Cool.
Yeah.
I used to do marathon running too, but it's like it's a big commitment. It just fucked up my body. Like I would get these massive headaches, crazy headaches, because like I had a nerve in my neck. I guess whenever I was running, it like fucked me up, and then like I got these crazy headaches. But then I found out about this thing. I don't know if you heard it before. It's called atlas orthogonal.
No.
It's like the first vertebrae in your spine, right underneath your skull. So it's supposed to sit at a 90-degree angle. So I ran so much that it got off a little bit by a couple of degrees. So it was like squishing like a nerve, which was giving me these headaches. So I got it reset. It's reset back at 90 degrees, but my dude was like, "Yo, like stop running. It's like fucking up your body." Yeah.
So when I first started running, there was a lot of things happening. Like I wasn't running properly. I would slam my toes. I would strike more like forefront. Yeah. So I had to correct my run, and then things started like my knees started getting hot. So I got into I had a physical therapist. So whenever something was wrong, I like fixed it right away.
Yeah.
So,
that's good.
Yeah, it took a lot of time, but I see a lot of runners right now when they start, they just get injured so much because you don't.
It's all the mechanics. It's all about the mechanics, how you run. But I miss it though. I miss running a lot. Yeah.
It's like the running community is amazing. Like I remember getting my first watch and the guy was like, "Welcome to the run community." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Right? But now I get it,
There's something weird about runners though. They're like masochists or something because like just going through that pain and like waking up early in the morning and like just going through that. There's something wrong with us, but there's a joy to it too.
Whenever I see a runner, I automatically feel connected because I know.
Me too. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm always like, whenever I'm driving on the road, I see someone running, I'm like, I wonder what they're thinking. I wonder what they're going through. Like, did something bad happen? Are they trying to motivate themselves for something? Are they training for something? Like, there's something going on with them, for sure.
The more you run and the harder you run, the more you have issues.
Yeah, for sure. I like something's wrong with that dude for sure. He's out there running, but do you run with music or no music?
I can do both. So one time I like didn't have my pods and I got so mad. And I was like, you know what? That's stupid. Like, I should just be able to run. So I started training myself to run without music. So I can do both now.
Yeah, that's how I was too. But I was like, it's nicer though. Like with just hearing your surroundings, hearing your footsteps, hearing your breath. Like it gives you like this rhythm. Like, but it's cool. Now I want to go. I want to go on a run now. See, but it's gonna fuck me up. It's gonna fuck me up though.
Do an easy run.
What kind of shoes are you running?
I have wide feet, so I do topos and ultras. So
I used to run in ultras too.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah. I ran in everything though. I ran in Hoka's, ultras. I ran in Nikes. I ran in Brooks. I ran in Saucony's.
I do Nikes. Nikes are so narrow. Like
they are.
I use toe spacers. Do you use toe spacers?
No, but I heard those toe shoes that look like gloves for your feet. I heard those are like the best things to run in.
It's different. So like I did run in them on a treadmill, but like as far as running on like pavement and concrete, they're not that good for you.
Really?
So because like you're thinking it's like impacts, right? It's like the impact, and it's like it's shooting up your body. So if you do that on like maybe like a trail, it might be good.
I recently listened to this podcast about this foot doctor, this whatever they're called, or the orthopedic doctors or something.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And he was talking about like shoes these days have these big ass soles, and that's not good for runners because you got to be more connected to the ground. If you run on this big ass sole, it's gonna like make your body lose, its connection with like the ground, and it's gonna fuck you up like later on down the line. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I heard.
Well, what I heard that kind of made sense because I heard that too, that those shoes are the best for like toe spreading and stuff. But I think for running, it depends on like your weight level. If you are having like a lot of joint pain or like if you're really heavy set, those like heavy padded shoes are good for a while because they help cushion, right?
Yeah.
And then you can transition once you've like lost weight, but people don't have that mindset thinking that like things change, and you have to learn how to like use these tools you have to adapt.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah.
Cool. So when are you gonna sign up for a full marathon?
Probably not. Everyone asks me that, but I'm signed up for the San Francisco, the Golden Gate in November
cool.
2nd, so I'm doing the half.
Awesome.
That's like 1,200 feet elevation, so I've been running a lot of hills.
Yeah.
So it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
I have a run coach. I finally got a run coach, so.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. How often you go to the gym? You go to the gym every day?
So I used to go more, like I love lifting. I would go 5-6 days a week, but now that I'm taking running more seriously, that's like my main sport. I work out, like maybe 2-3 times a week. So all my lifts have to, it's like complementing my running.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of like this whole thing, which is like, it's
everything goes together. Everything flows
together.
together.
So it's just just different modifications of just like, doing mobility exercises to help keep your ankle stable or your knee stable and like just upper body movements that keep it lean rather than like building bulk and building workouts around the type of runs you have, so that there's not so much like heaviness and lactic acid in your legs for long runs or
I always thought that companies, they should always hire like a runner because like, they're always going to be on time. They're always motivated to finish something and like they always get stuff done, like that's what every person looking at a resume should look for. Like if they're a runner, all right, I'm going to hire you right away because
those skill sets are in place.
Yeah.
No, I totally get it.
How many meals do you eat a day? Do you do like that, what the standard American thing is, like 3 meals a day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner with some snacks in between, or?
Me personally, I used to do when I was just weightlifting, I do 2 meals a day. But now that I'm running, I need to like replenish my glycogen throughout the day. So I've been doing like 3 meals and like 2 snacks kind of thing. But it's more around like my running schedule, I guess. That kind of dictates everything. I'm just like making sure I'm topped off with glycogen for the rest of the day, getting in moderate proteins and so it's kind of based around that. There's no schedule anymore, but it depends. If I'm working with a client, we talk about meal frequency as well. That's a huge thing of like, depending on how it works for their lifestyle.
What, is it just like all clean meals? Like just like stuff that you cook yourself or you meal prep
I really like cooking. I love cooking. So, most of the times I cook for myself. And actually it was during COVID that, when I started to eat out less, because it was just so convenient to just like buy something and bring it home, right? But like during COVID, when I couldn't go out, I was just, I'm just gonna use this time to learn how to cook more.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. But I eat out, like I kind of have some, just like like friend boundaries. I have some food boundaries as well. Like I'll eat out when there's like a special occasion or when my friends invite me to go somewhere. Which is like, it's not infrequent, there's stuff going on the weekend and then just whenever I feel like it, but it's not like often.
Do you have like go-to meals that that you just go to, like if you can't think of anything?
Honestly, I really like pizza.
I love pizza. That's like my favorite.
Yeah, it's my favorite too. Everyone's like, you want pizza again? I'm like,
I can eat pizza anytime. Anytime, any place, anywhere. Pizza's, yeah. But
so
do you make it? You make it yourself or you like order
I've made it myself before, but then it's just like not as fun, I guess.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's not as fun.
Okay, cool. What kind of pizza you go for though?
I like margaritas. I'm like a simple person.
Oh, I like margaritas too.
Really?
Have you ever had a margarita pizza with a margarita drink? Get the double margarita. It's good.
Not yet.
It's quite an experience.
Really? I'll have to try it one day.
What about quick healthy meals? Quick healthy meal, maybe something for your kids too. What do you make for your kids? Like,
I always start basic. Like I say for weekdays when there's less time, just go with ingredients: rice, a greens, and a protein. So that's like what I do for my weekdays. I don't make complicated meals until it's the weekend when I have more time. That's when I'll do like, pho or like bún bò Huế, or we'll make like stews or chilies, whatever. That's for the weekends.
Are you making mostly American food or like Vietnamese food?
I guess a mix of everything, because like here in Orange County, there's so much, like there's sushi, there's Korean food, or like I can cook anything. So
Yeah.
we do just like a mix of whatever sounds good and what I have in the fridge.
Thoughts on smoothies? Are you a big smoothie person?
Not a huge, like smoothies are good and bad. So the thing about smoothies is that if you're using it as like a meal replacement, liquids go through you very, very fast. So if it's going to be hard for you to stay full on it. And also it kind of like cuts down some of like the fiber. So the mechanical process of like chewing fiber, it releases enzymes to help digest.
Really?
So it's good and bad for good for things if you're like if you need quick energy, and you don't have time and you're like trying to get in fruits and vegetables. But so it kind of like depends,
Interesting. I'm a big smoothie guy. I love smoothies. So like,
I mean, they taste great.
Yeah. Interesting to know though, because like sometimes I just hate eating vegetables, and like, but if I throw it in a smoothie and throw it with like an apple and banana, I'm like, at least I'm getting something in. But
exactly. So that in that situation, it's perfect for you. But
what about thoughts on fasting?
I know there's some science about it, but I don't know it that well. When I use fasting, it's like when I've had a really large meal the night before, and when you wake up and you feel like you haven't digested yet, don't just compound food on food. So I typically let my system reset. That's when I use it. But I know other people have done more fasting. There's like some science behind it, and it's supposed to be good, but I don't know much about it.
Have you tried it?
Not like a 2-3 day fast, anything like that. No.
Gotcha. Okay.
I mean, but like since like working out and stuff, that doesn't really work out for like working out.
You need some energy. What about thoughts on organic and non-GMO foods?
Non-GMO was really tough because like, did you know broccoli was like a GMO food? I mean, broccoli didn't exist back then. They had.
I heard that they spray a bunch of like pesticides or some shit on it, and it like fucks it up. So.
I mean, we have to do with the best that we have, and like unfortunately, some of the organic practices we can't like ensure.
Yeah.
So again, it comes to income level. If you can't afford organic, like do with the best you can. But yeah, I know some kind of like little rules is that like if you things that have like a shell, I guess, like bananas or like oranges, those type of foods, you don't need to get organic because the pesticides don't really penetrate.
That's what
but if you're doing like berries or like raspberries, things that you typically would eat, the outside, the skin, then organic would probably be better.
What about like medicines? Are you like big on taking medicines, or are you more the natural, like you want things to heal naturally?
It just depends. Like personally for me, I don't even have Tylenol in my house. We rarely get sick. But for people that are already like have medical issues, I think medicine and diet management helps the outcomes a lot better. Yeah. But I think like some supplements like vitamin D, I think is a big one. And vitamin K. So Asian women need like calcium. So
for their bones. My mom has that issue. She has like brittle bones.
Yeah, just because like dairy isn't in our diets, right? We don't drink milk. Most Asians are like lactose intolerant. They don't eat cheese. I am too.
Yeah, are you like that too?
What? Don't do dairy?
Yeah.
I do a lot of dairy.
Oh, so nice.
I do a lot of dairy.
Cool.
So
cool. You're lucky. Every time I drink like a cup of milk or something, I get like the bubble guts, and like I just be farting all day.
The thing is, like, if you were able to tolerate lactose when you're younger, it's like kind of like an on-demand enzyme. You can gain the tolerance again. You just have to slowly start drinking milk, because all of a sudden if you're drinking like a big cup and you haven't had it for a while, of course you're going to get diarrhea. So if you're just trying to think back, if you're able to tolerate it when you're young, you can train your body to produce those enzymes again.
That's really cool about the body too. We're so resilient. Like we can learn, the whole body as a system, just it learns, and it knows and it gets used to things. And it's like, I feel like that's unappreciated about us as like human beings. Like people forget that, like.
Yeah. Because you're waking up every day and you're like, I'm me and I'm going to beat up myself. But this is what I always tell people, because like when they think about their bodies, like they just have this thing where like, if I eat more, I'm going to get fat. If I like eat less, I'll like lose weight. There's always this like relationship.
Yeah.
But I tell them like, inside your body, your cells, some of them are replacing themselves, right? They have like a life cycle. So when you think of like your body rebuilding itself, like who is giving your body the material for you to make you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So you're basically like giving your body the material to like build a you. Do you want to build a good you, or do you want to build like a semi-okay you?
It always trips me out too, because we're living in our own bodies, but a lot of times we don't know what our pancreas does, or like what our kidney does, or like, all these things in our body, and we're living in it, and it's ours, but we don't even know what it does. So I always wonder, like, if we could try to understand each body part more, we would understand ourselves better and like be more like whole with ourselves,
Yeah.
But
I get it.
yeah. Have you heard of parasite cleansing?
Yes. I kind of believe in it. It's really funny. I actually went to like this eye. Have you had anyone look at like your eyes and like they see what's like going on with you? I paid this lady like tons of money because I'm like, it sounded interesting. She's like, I see a lot of things swimming in your eyes. You must like eat a lot of sushi because you look like you have a lot of parasites. And I'm like,
I think she was like she was profiling you, I think.
Oh, like, did my eyes give it away or my skin color?
That's funny. But yeah, like, I heard like, whenever you eat like pork and stuff, like there's like too much of it, there can be like a parasite, and then you intake it, and it's like just chilling in your body, and you gotta like somehow rid that. I don't know if that's true or not. I think
that like if you're having symptoms like unexplained weight loss and fatigue, and like just like dullness, there's like symptoms of like parasites, and you don't really know exactly what it is until you like eliminated all the other things. You're like, maybe it could be a parasite. But I think there are some parasites like living in our body, and it's just like how much there are in it that it affects our daily living. But I mean, I don't know that much about like parasite cleansing. My friends just did a parasite cleanse, and usually you'll see pictures online, and it's like, I don't know if that belongs to you or not.
Yeah.
But my friends showed me like this big giant worm that came out of them, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so disgusting.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't think she would make it up, that this worm came out of her.
I heard that one of the Kardashians, they put like a parasite in their body so they can specifically eat like other shit out of their body.
Oh my
gosh.
I
don't know if that's real or not, but
there was this guy that he came back from Vietnam like a long time ago, and he was like saying that he had this unexplained weight loss. He lost like 40 pounds, and like they couldn't figure out what was wrong with him, and it was because he went to Vietnam and he ate something, and like he came back with a parasite.
Oh,
so I mean, like, it's not the kind of weight you want to lose.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So yeah, grown up Vietnamese. How was it growing up Viet? Did you have like a big family? You got brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I have 3 older brothers, 1 sister, and then my dad. My parents were never married. I never found that out until I was like 18, because I was filling out my FAFSA. I'm like, when did you divorce? And she's like, well, we were never married. And I was like, what? That kind of like.
Dude, that's the thing with Vietnamese parents, though. There's such a mystery. Like, I don't even know when my parents' wedding day was. Like, I don't know. Like, I have no idea. My mom says that they're married, but I don't really know,
Yeah, it was the craziest thing. But my dad, he had a family before, and he had 7 kids, and he was just trying to be like the man, and he let them go on the boat first, and they all disappeared.
Oh, wow.
Like, yeah. And like as a kid, you kind of just say that out loud, but now thinking about it, like your whole family just disappeared. Like
that's crazy.
Yeah, that's insane. So he passed away maybe like 2-3 years ago, and he never really talked about them, but like cleaning out his house and like seeing pictures of like his other kids, or like like these are things he never talked about, and it's funny just being with like this culture that doesn't really talk about.
Yeah, and it's wild too, because like it could be passed over to us and then other generations, because I heard somewhere that you can like you absorb in that trauma,
Yes.
Like if your parents had trauma and then they had you take in their trauma and it carries over, so it needs to be talked about. And like Vietnamese parents, they just don't fucking talk though,
They don't talk about that stuff.
Yeah, they don't talk about this stuff. And it's, I mean, it may be our fault too, because we don't ask. A lot of times we don't.
We don't know. We're kids.
Yeah.
We're kids. We don't know to ask those things.
Yeah, but even as an adult though, it's like, should I ask my mom what's going on? Like, what was Vietnam like back in the day, or like? But I don't know. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I've made it a thing to kind of learn what happened, because I do believe in that generational trauma. And how it's in you, and I want to learn and understand how I can change that for my kids, and how I can talk about that and make it into something that is like healing, rather than holding it in being a negative light, I guess, in my life.
So now that you're a mom, like, are you any different from the way your mom raised you, or you make sure that you don't raise your kid the way your mom did, or?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, there are lots of good things about my mom. Wonderful. She was, just our moms. They're caring, loving, beautiful women. But I definitely don't talk about body image things. I never say anything about that. I talk about how food can be healing, and what type of foods, and how to have a balanced diet. So I just kind of want it to be normal for them to eat healthy, because I know firsthand how hard it is to change eating habits. But if you just have it the way it is, then they don't have to go through that, right? That's their base.
Yeah.
And I think about, like, sometimes like one of my friends like, how come you're like, I can't believe your son doesn't know what an Oreo is, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, she was like saying it's a bad thing, but you know, to me, it's like I never thought of my childhood as I was missing anything, and I think my kids won't think that way either, that they were missing anything. And when you go into school, they're gonna feed you tons of junk food, you know.
Yeah.
So it's they're never gonna know. It's just, you know, you're trained the way you eat or your taste preferences from a young age, right? So like, how do you want to train your kids to eat?
For sure.
You know, that's what I think about a lot.
Do you ever do something that your mom and dad does, and you kind of catch yourself, and then you're like, oh, shit, like my mom and dad does that, like, gross.
Yeah, I feel like I nag so much, and I don't want to be that nagging mom. Sometimes when I don't have them, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm cool. You know?
Yeah, that's funny.
But yeah, my mom like repeats stuff over and over again. Like,
oh my gosh, so is my mom. She'll say the same thing over and over again within like a 30-second span. I'm like, Mom, you just literally said that like 10 times already. Like, yeah.
And like sometimes I try to like correct her, but I'm like, it doesn't work and it doesn't help. But
yeah,
I just can't help it. But yeah, I try not to, but I catch myself doing that.
It's so weird how like Vietnamese moms are like all cut from like the same cloth. You know, it's like, I'll see something like on Instagram where there's something will make like a comedy routine about a Vietnamese mom. I'm like, oh shit, my mom's like that too. Okay, cool. I'm not the only one.
Yeah. It definitely makes you feel like connected.
Yeah. What's the worst food someone can consume?
Probably soda. I think like soda's pretty bad. Processed foods. There's something like called like hyperpalatable foods. Have you heard of that at all?
No.
So hyperpalatable foods is foods that are created with high fat, high sugar, high salt, and that combination makes you crave it more. So that's why eating things like sometimes chips or, you know, it has those attributes that make you crave it more.
So just they put like some kind of like additive in it and makes you addicted.
So that combination of it like makes it more like craveable.
So soda, snacks.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I guess the more I like lean into nutrition, I realize like all those like chemical stuff, it's probably like not the best for you. It's like foods that it's like, I don't want to say it's like bad, but there's probably more nutritious foods out there.
Have you ever seen foods that have like on their packaging it says made with bioengineered food ingredient?
I see that. Yeah.
That's bad, right? We're not supposed to eat that shit, right?
I guess it's like how often are you having it and how much of it you're having. So like as dietitians, you never want to like demonize foods, I guess, because you don't want to make people feel like this is bad or they're eating something bad. But there's definitely foods that you should eat more of and less of. What
about fast foods? You're taking fast food.
I think they're good sometimes. I mean, didn't you grow up on McDonald's?
Yeah, I did.
Just again, how frequent are you having it? You know, it just becomes a convenience thing and people just go after school every day. Usually for me in my house, we do rules where if we're on a road trip, we'll eat fast food.
Cool.
You know?
So it's all moderation then.
It's all about moderation. Yeah.
Okay, cool. What about alcohol? Thoughts on alcohol? Moderation too? For sure.
Moderation. I used to drink more when I was, I guess, like, oh, I'm having a stressful day and I just want a beer. But 1 beer, it doesn't really do anything for me. So sometimes it would turn into 2 or 3 beers. And going out with your friends, like what's social to drink. So I kind of had to figure out what made sense for me as far as like, I like working out in the mornings. So if I drink the day before, like my runs suffer and my workouts suffer and I don't recover as well.
Yeah.
So I drink now like on special occasions only. And I just like 1 or 2 drinks, whatever, but maybe once every couple months. But it's not like a set day type of thing where it's like, hey, it's my friend's birthday, I'll have a drink. You know?
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, cool. How much water should someone drink a day?
It depends on their activity levels. So, like if you are sweating a lot, you should probably drink a little more water. But if you're just kind of like more sedentary, a little less. I don't know if there's like an exact amount. But, I mean, if you notice things are going wrong, like if your skin is dehydrated, you probably need a little more water. Or like you're waking up feeling thirsty, you probably need a little more water. Yeah. So you kind of have to like notice signs about yourself. It's like body awareness.
How important is it to pee and take shits every day?
Important.
Very, right? Super?
Yeah, I feel like taking shits every day is pretty important because you need that. Food needs to go in and out of you in a timely manner. Peeing, maybe if your pee is like super, super yellow, that probably means you need more water.
Yeah.
But you can kind of go off of that. But Food eating like every day is important. It just like you need daily fiber. I think for women it's like 25 grams. For men it's like 35 grams of fiber every day. And it's not just the fiber to help like you poop, but there's a lot of like benefits to eating foods with fiber. Like mostly plant fibers have vitamins and minerals in it, and like hydration in it. So it's just like eating foods with like a slew of benefits. But yeah, I would say that whatever your problem is, if like you need to just go to the bathroom and you're like eating well, you have to figure out exactly what your constipation problem is.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's super important just because I have some friends that like they just pee like 3 times a day and they don't even take a shit at all in a day, and it just amazes me. I'm like, dude, like I can't believe you didn't like take a dump today. They're like, like it's like normal to them though. I'm like, whoa, that's not good because like
it's not good, exactly. So like I used to hear some people say that too, like, oh, it's normal, like every like 2 to 3 days, whatever. And I'm like, no, probably not. You probably should eat more foods that go through you faster, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Do you ever feel judged when you're eating healthy or you're being healthy?
All the time.
Like,
all the time.
Why is that though? I don't get that. Like,
I think people take their insecurities out, I guess. Like, people say stuff to me all the time. Like, when I go into PTA, they're just like, Christine, is this healthy enough for you? I'm like, I didn't even say anything. You know? Like, I bring yogurt to work, and like people are like kind of just comparing what they eat. And like, oh, Christine's so healthy. And I'm like, well, I don't really think of it that way, you know? They're just eating like ramen or like whatever. I don't go up to you and say, look at what you're eating.
Yeah. You know? It's just, sometimes I'll try to have a healthy day too. And like, you know, somebody would say that too. And I'm like, dude, like, I'm just trying to be me over here. Like, why you gotta hate for, you know? Like, it's weird. So, top 3 keys to a healthy life.
I would say trying to like maintain stress levels. That's a tough one. That's like mental stress is like a really like a thing, right? And second would be probably like more whole foods. And then third would just trying to have movement throughout the day.
Quick Vietnamese questions. Did your parents or you ever own a karaoke machine?
Yes.
Go-to song. You have a go-to song?
Oh, man, right now I have like Air Force Ones.
Oh, Nelly? Really? Wow. That's cool. That Country Grammar album, that was underrated. That's like the epitome of a 2000s rap album. Yeah, it was really good. Yeah,
it was super good.
Yeah. What else was on there?
I don't remember.
That Underlay song. Underlay, mama, iya.
Oh my gosh.
There's that one. Okay, cool. So, do you ever reuse plastic cups or utensils from restaurants?
Of course, like I have to. Like I try not to anymore.
Yeah.
Like there's some things now that I'm like kind of traumatized from family, like plastic containers and like you know taking paper towels. I try to just throw them out because my mom, she lives with me, and I try to throw it out now. Yeah. So I'm so traumatized by just having a cupboard full of this stuff, you know.
That's what my wife does that all the time. We have like all these cups from like I don't know, like random restaurants, plastic cups.
Your boba cups?
Yeah, boba cups, even straws. I'm like, what the hell? Like, just throw this shit away. So, like, whenever she's at work, I gotta, like, sneak it, like, and throw it away and put it at the very bottom of the trash can just in case she, like, opens the trash and sees it so that she doesn't see it, you know? But, are you more of a Yeosan or a Tiger Balm person?
Ooh, more of a Yeosan.
Yeosan? Yeah, me too. I think Tiger Balm's underrated, though. People always forget that one.
Yeah. Do you gạo gió? You ever gạo gió?
I did a long time as a kid, but I don't do that anymore. Yeah.
It's like the one down the spine.
Yeah.
And like, all those, yeah.
Do you reuse your floss?
No.
No?
Floss?
Me neither, then.
No.
You don't reuse your floss? I do.
Which ones? Are you using like
the string one? The string one.
Like, we use it like the day after or in the same?
I'll use it for like a whole week.
Oh, geez.
I'm gross then. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to cut that part out of the podcast. I'll edit that out. What about, do you perk up whenever you hear gossip? You're like, oh my gosh, tell me more.
Dude, I'm born in the new generation.
Yeah, that's all Vietnamese though, right?
It's in my blood.
Yeah.
It's in my blood, I do, of course.
Cool. That's funny how that's like a trait of a Vietnamese person. Gossip. Yeah. You know?
There's like a video, like a IG video of just like Juit, you know?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's really
Cool. Yeah, that was a good talk. I'm glad that you jumped on with me, hopped on with me. It was fun.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, I just randomly found you. I was looking for like because I want to like try to better my life, try to better my health too. So I just typed in like nutritionist online on Google, Vietnamese Vietnamese nutritionist, and you popped up like the first person. I was like, all right, cool, I'm gonna reach out to her. Found your
Really?
Instagram, reached out to you. Well, hey, yeah, I'm glad you sat down and talked to me. I learned a lot of stuff. Hopefully I can apply it to my own life. Hopefully some listeners will apply it to their own life. And whenever I'm out in OC, I'll hit you up.
Yeah, we'll sing Air Force One.
Yes.
Karaoke
Sure.
spot.
Yes. Yeah, we'll do that. Cool. Well, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Tell mama I said hi. Tell the kids I said hi.
It was nice speaking with you.
Yeah. Another time. We'll do another podcast another time for sure.
Okay.
Awesome. Cool.
Bye.
Thanks, Christine. Bye.
If you enjoyed today's podcast and would like to be a future guest, email me at walmạk.podcast@gmail.com. While you're at it, like, subscribe, comment, share, and follow. And don't forget to check out Christine and her work at ChristinePhamRD.com. And give her a follow on IG at xmasforcine. That's XMASFORXINE. Until next time, peace, love, and do my might.